The coffee steamed in my mug, the old porch swing creaking steady under me, another Texas morning draping over Coleman Ranch like it had for my 60 years. The quiet was familiar, woven into the land's bones 120 years of my family's sweat, starting with my great-granddaddy's hands shaping this house. Then the peace shattered. A high-pitched engine screamed through the calm, gravel spitting as a black Mercedes, chrome rims flashing, roared up my drive, kicking dust like a storm. Before I could set my mug down or haul my creaky knees out of the wicker chair, the car skidded to a stop, spraying dirt 30 yards from my porch. The driver's door flew open, and out she stepped Claire Dutton, all sharp edges in a teal suit, heels stabbing the ground, clutching papers like a war flag. She stormed toward me, ignoring the no trespassing survivors prosecuted signs my granddaddy nailed up decades ago. "Vacate this property now," she shrieked, halfway to the steps, voice shrill enough to curdle milk. "I bought it fair and square. This ranch is mine." I blinked, her gall hitting like a punch. Mine? This wasn't just land. I'm Henry Coleman, retired sergeant major, 22 years in the Army, scars earned in places she'd never imagined. This ranch was my refuge, my great-granddaddy's legacy. Every fence post a story, every barn scar an echo. My Clara, gone now, loved this porch, her hand warm in mine as we watched sunsets paint the fields gold and violet. Her roses' stubborn red climbers she planted by the barn still bloomed each spring, fierce like her memory. Losing this place would be losing her laugh on the breeze. Dutton's eyes, cold and calculating, scanned the porch, the house, the fields, dismissing it all. I could almost hear her thoughts. Old man, old ranch, easy prey for whatever shiny HOA or developer scheme she was peddling. Whispers in town about land grabs suddenly clicked. Those strange cars slowing by my gate weren't lost tourists. My soldier's gut, ignored too long, screamed trouble. I stood, slow and deliberate, letting my 6 feet 2 inches frame tower, Army discipline settling into my bones. "Ma'am," I said, voice low, clear, "you're trespassing. Turn around, get in your fancy car, and leave before this gets ugly." My hand clenched at my side, not for violence, but for Clara's roses, for the sunset she loved, for the legacy I'd die to keep. Dutton's face tightened, a flicker of surprise giving way to contempt. She laughed, sharp and humorless. "Ugly? You're squatting on my property, old man. I have a buyer motivated. Sign these relocation papers," she jabbed the stack, "or I'll have you dragged off. This is your only offer." Her arrogance left me speechless, curses forming faster than words. Before I could reply, she spun, heels gouging gravel, and sped off, dust and her cloying perfume choking the air. She didn't stay gone. 3 days later, her Mercedes crunched back, this time with 2 goons in cheap suits, looking like discount enforcers. "You were warned, Mr. Coleman," Dutton said, smirking from her car as the suits advanced. One, a thick-necked guy with beady eyes, aimed a phone at me. "Subject is hostile, refusing lawful orders," he droned, narrating for the camera. "Lawful?" I crossed my arms, planting my boots on the porch steps. "You're trespassing. Leave." I pulled my phone, hitting record. Henry Coleman, Coleman Ranch, private property. Claire Dutton and 2 unidentified males are trespassing after prior warning. Actions documented for Sheriff Tate's office. The goon's phone dipped. Dutton's smirk faltered. She hissed at them, and they shuffled back, but not before she kicked Clara's rose bush, dirt and stems scattering a petty jab that burned personal. I watched them go, the quiet fractured, a vendetta brewing. That night, sleep was a stranger. Every creak sounded like footsteps, every shadow an intruder. I checked locks, a habit I'd buried years ago, and pulled my Colt M1911 from the safe, cleaning it with care, the ritual calming my nerves. Not for violence, but readiness trouble was hunting me. Days later, I was fixing a fence by the creek when engines rumbled not one, but several. Dutton stepped from her Mercedes, now with a dozen other suits, construction vests, surveyors with clipboards and tape measures, fanning out like they owned the place. "Good afternoon, Mr. Coleman," she said, syrupy sweet, eyes predatory. "We're here for the preliminary inspection, per your signed purchase agreement." I laughed, a deep rumble. "Signed? I haven't signed a damn thing." You're trespassing, all of you. Get off my land. She waved a paper, smirking. Your signature, filed with the county this morning. Tell it to the judge. I snatched Ida's sloppy photocopy with a forged signature, close but wrong, a deliberate fraud. My blood ran cold. That's not mine, I growled. She shrugged. Looks like it to me. Chaos broke out before I could dial Tate. Near the cattle pens, Jamie, the neighbor's kid I hired, argued with a suit who shoved him. Jamie stumbled, cracking a rotten fence. The herd, spooked by the noise and strangers, surged through, hooves thundering. Dutton's crew screamed, clipboards flying, surveyors scrambling. Her prize bull, Titan, charged her Mercedes, crumpling the door, snapping the mirror, the alarm wailing. Dutton dove behind it, shrieking, her heels snapping in manure. I whistled, using Clara's calming calls, herding the cattle back after tense minutes, army instinct kicking in. Dust settled, Dutton's crew battered, her car wrecked. Still want that inspection? I asked, voice calm but cutting. She opened her mouth, face crimson, but sirens cut her off. Sheriff Tate rolled up, taking in the mess: broken fence, mangled car, disheveled intruders. Evening, Henry, he nodded, weary. Evening, Tate. Trespassing situation. My bull didn't like their parking. Tate sighed, turning to Dutton. Explain why you're on Coleman's land without permission, upsetting his livestock. She waved the forged paper. I own this ranch, Sheriff. Filed today. I nodded to the house. Deeds in my safe, Tate. Original, 1905. You know the history. He pinched his nose. Ma'am, without a court order, you're trespassing. Filing doesn't override his deed. You're causing damage. Leave, or you're all cited. Deputies issued citations, Dutton's crew slinking off, her wrecked car left behind. Tate lingered. Get Sterling on this, Henry. It's gonna get uglier. I nodded. Already on it. I fortified the ranch motion lights, cameras, steel plates on doors. Sleep was fitful, the forged paper gnawing at me. 3 nights later, at 2 a.m., a metallic scrape woke me. Grabbing the M1911, I slipped outside, circling the barn. Hushed voices hissed. Hurry, before the old man wakes. Too late. I flicked on my mag light, pinning 3 figures at the barn door, a crowbar clanging as one dropped it. Gasoline cans glinted nearby. Arson. Freeze. I barked, pistol steady. They froze, rabbits in a spotlight. The tall one lunged for the crowbar. I leveled the gun. Bad idea. Hand shot up. Who sent you? I demanded. The tall one muttered. Vance said he slept heavy. Confirmation. I called Tate, keeping them covered. Deputies cuffed them, their admission tying Dutton to the plot. My resolve hardened. This was war. Days later, a process server handed me lawsuits: ranch neglect, environmental violations, animal cruelty, all lies to drown me in fees. Driving home, I found Jamie's truck askew, door open. My heart sank. The house was trashed, furniture flipped, papers strewn, a note on the wall. Sell or else. Outside, Jamie was tied to a tree, bruised, eyes swollen. 2 guys jumped me, he rasped. Said to give you the message. Fury burned white hot. Tate's team swarmed, hospitalizing Jamie: concussion, fractured wrist. Standing on my violated porch, sunset bleeding red, I swore to hunt them down, from the thugs to Dutton herself. Dawn brought her final Gambita convoy of SUVs, pickups, and vans, 20 vehicles strong, rolling toward my gate. Dutton led, white suit gleaming, waving a fake eviction order, backed by guards and movers. I stood at the fence, cameras rolling, evidence uploaded, deed, reports, footage. You done? I asked calm. She sneered. You're illegally occupying corporate land. Vacate, or we'll remove you. I smiled coldly. Desperate, Claire? Prison time worth it. Her face twitched. She signaled her guards to cut the gate. Then engines were not hers. Neighbors Hank from down the road, the Lopez family, VFW vets, Jamie on crutches rolled up in trucks, boxing her convoy against my fence, a wall of defiance. Want Coleman's ranch? Go through us, their stance said. Dutton screamed. This is illegal. Sirens cut her off. Tate arrived with fire marshals and state investigators. Claire Dutton, he said. You're under arrest: fraud, conspiracy, trespassing, assault, arson. Jamie stepped forward, voice steady. Sheriff, The guys who jumped me said, "Make the barn go up good." Dutton was pissed it didn't catch before. The fire marshal nodded. Accelerants found. Attempted arson's a felony. Deputies cuffed Dutton, her screams fading as she was hauled away, her crew crumbling. Michael Sterling, my lawyer, tore into her operation countersuits for fraud, harassment, arson, backed by Jamie's testimony, my footage, and the intruder's confessions. Her forged documents collapsed in court, the judge affirming my ownership, dismissing her claims. Her felony charges fraud, assault, arson unraveled a predatory developer network, other ranchers coming forward, the state attorney general digging in. Dutton faced years behind bars, her empire dust. The community rebuilt my barn, trucks arriving with lumber, neighbors hammering, laughing, church ladies serving barbecue. It was more than a Barna-defiant stand. Jamie healed, his grit shining, our bond tighter. I found Clara's scorched locket in the ruins, a singed promise of endurance. Her roses sprouted new shoots, stubborn as her spirit. Now, coffee steams on my porch, the swing steady, the ranch quiet but deeper, hard-won. The new barn stands proud, cattle graze, Clara's roses bloom. Neighbors stop by, ties forged in fire. The ordeal taught me home's worth, community strength, the grit to face greed. Dutton's gone, but vigilance is my price. If trouble comes again, it'll find what she died a land I belong to, rooted in history, backed by friends, damn near unstoppable. If your legacy faced a thief, would you fight or let it fall?